Now, hair loss happens to the best of us, lads, even me. But luckily for me, I kind of suit being bald. I've got this sort of ruggedly masculine, handsome thing going on. Ugh. But not everyone does, and that is the tragedy. And for some of you pretty boys out there, you want to maintain that beautiful head of hair. Well, now you can, because Elite Hair have the answer. They have the world's biggest hair clinic located in Istanbul, so you can travel safely and comfortably over to Turkey. And their treatments are 100% painless, because they use a process known as the sleep deep method. So you can go there knowing that pain won't be an issue. These guys take great care in their pre-treatment process. They take a lot of time to chat to you before you even fly out to make sure that you are the right candidate for this treatment. They'll explain how the treatment works, how many grafts you'll need, and whether that's even what you're going to need in the first place. And each treatment is personalized to each individual patient. And when you're in Istanbul, all the doctors will communicate to you in English, and they've even got translators there in case you need them. And after you get your new hair, Elite Hair actually have a bespoke aftercare app which gives you tips on how to maximize your transplant. This includes things like reminding you to take medication and giving you all the updates you need on your journey back home. And the results speak for themselves. Within 6 to 12 months, you will have your new hair growing in the affected areas, and with 100,000 happy patients, you know Elite Hair is the place to go. They've got a fantastic website with loads of before and after pictures to give you a lot of reassurance of exactly what this is going to look like when it's all said and done. So if you want to start feeling like your old self again and start your hair growth journey today, click the link in the description below and check out Elite Hair for your new head of hair. A big thanks to them for sponsoring us today, but for now, enjoy the video. Welcome back to the Pain Game YouTube channel, and today we further unpack the Anthony Joshua defeat to Daniel Dubois, because something has come out in the last 24 hours that genuinely shocked me. There's multiple little clips coming out in between rounds of some advice that Anthony Joshua was given right before he went out for the 5th round, where he was ultimately finished and knocked out. Now, this advice blew my mind. And the first time I heard this was in an audio clip from Shane McGuigan commentating, where it's less edited. There's some edited versions out there, but I'm just going to let you listen to this.
That's what it's about. We get through this. Warrior spirit. 100%. But we got to be smart.
Yeah, I am.
We rush stepping in with the jab almost every time unless you're galloping around. Snip and bring it up. Yeah?
If there's a bit of a lull, in behind that double jab, bring it up, roll the dice, he'll double under the right hand, lift it, yeah?
Roll the dice.
Roll that dice, innit?
Double in his eyes, bring it
I
up.
think that's dangerous advice there, to be honest. I mean, getting him to bring it up off the double jab. Daniel throws that right hand straight off that double jab. And by bringing it up, he means an uppercut. He's going to walk himself straight onto his short right hand. If you ask me, I'd just say keep your hands up tight. Get through these next 2 rounds.
Now, I'm not going to blame the loss from AJ on his corner entirely at all, because he didn't look right to me from the ring walk, let alone in the ring. But mate, what the fuck was that? This is Wembley Stadium, 96,000 people in attendance, the heavyweight championship. The stakes are at its absolute highest, and therefore the advice that the fighter should be getting should be the most measured, precise, and elite level coaching known to boxing. That honestly sounded like something you'd hear on Misfits. In fact, I commentate on Misfits. I hear their corners all the time. You would actually probably get better advice on Misfits boxing than that. I'm not trying to be a prick to Ben, because Ben Davison, in my opinion, has done some great things in his career. And up till now, the performances were getting all the credit given to Ben Davison. It seemed like his game plans were really good for AJ. He had the mind state of AJ in the best place possible. But to see the shit show of this performance and advice like that, you're thinking, that is mental. And the fact that Shane McGuigan literally predicted to a T what was going to happen as a coach himself, that is quite embarrassing. You're going to throw the uppercut, he's going to leave himself wide open, and he's going to be countered. That's exactly what happened, man. And I feel sorry for Anthony Joshua, right? Because he is in that mind state of a warrior right there and then. He wants to go in for the kill. But that is why you need a corner with level heads to give you good, solid advice, so that you don't operate on instinct, that you listen to sensible advice. And his corner there had completely gone to shit. They're panicked, they're making rash judgments, they're not thinking straight at all, in my opinion. Not only was it naive, it was reckless. This is a fighter's health we're talking about here. Roll the dice against Daniel Dubois, the words roll the dice at this level of boxing should never be uttered until maybe the last round. There should always be a game plan there. And I think about the fact that AJ did take them on the chin, did keep on getting back up. For all people are criticising him, and I've given him criticism, he stayed alive in there. And that took a lot of guts and determination to do that. And we all know that Anthony Joshua, when he's been hurt in the past, it takes him a good few rounds to recover. But as with Klitschko, after those few rounds are under his belt, his legs are back, his arms are moving properly again, he is capable of delivering power shots later in a fight. Why, when he's only just starting to show signs of recovery and he's just about getting his feet back a little bit, would you tell him to roll the dice now? Get another couple of rounds under your belt. And this ain't Monday morning quarterbacks. No one in their right mind in that moment surely would have thought, now's the time for AJ to go in for the kill. His corner, more than anyone, should know from the history of Anthony Joshua that he does take a few rounds to recover. And if he'd gotten a couple of more rounds, look, he hurt him in that round. If a couple of more rounds had gone by and he just managed to hang in there and to not take too much more damage, get his wits about him again, and then unload the clip, he would have had a better chance. There's no doubt about it. And someone might sit there and go, well, he would have got knocked out anyway. Maybe, but why not give yourself the best possible chance using the data that you've got from previous fights? He hurt Dubois in that 5th round. He could have really turned this fight around with a couple of more rounds before unloading the clip. I just can't believe that after months of training for a 12-round fight, you're at the end of the 4th round and you're using terminology like roll the dice. It sounds like cowboy builder shit, that. And again, I really admire the corner of AJ. I think they've been really good for him. So this isn't me trying to be a dick about it, but that advice was so bad, in my opinion. You could have asked anyone in the stadium and they might have given you better advice at that moment. And if we just go quickly to take a look at the way AJ was fighting here, I literally have just clicked on this. This isn't me trying to, make AJ look bad, make the corner look bad, but look at what AJ's hands are right here, right? This is just, I've just clicked on it, right down by his waist, under his chest. Dubois, on the other hand, hands up high, defensively responsible. Let's take a little look back at when AJ fought, hands up high, like he's taking shots on the gloves, everything going as it should. Again, taking them on the gloves, perfect defense there. This is something that actually I've always rated about Anthony Joshua. I think the way he throws punches is really good, but the way he returns them to the guard is brilliant. It's just mad. Let's have a little look further into the fight. And again, keeps his other hand up when he throws that uppercut, hands up high. Again, so you're mitigating the amount of damage you can receive after throwing. That doesn't mean you're going to, block every single punch. Dubois could still hit you and hurt you, but you're giving yourself a much better chance. Compare that to this. Look at that. Are you mental? First round, throwing an uppercut like that with both hands down, literally everything by his waist. I mean, in training, they should always, even at the level AJ has, you need reminding of the fundamentals, the basics. Everyone does. And it's like he's regressing. And that is literally why the Anthony Joshua who fought under Derek James a few fights ago with those hands right high up would not have been caught as easily as that. It would have been much harder for Daniel Dubois to break him down as quickly as he did. So not only is some of the things I'm hearing from the corner shocking, but also from the second he got out there, where was the defense? This is something your corner should be drilling on week in, week out on the run up to this. And I don't know what the situation was. Did AJ just say, fuck it, I'm going to go for a shootout? Or has this not been worked on in training? Because it doesn't look like it. I mean, at this point, he was already hurt and it was already going badly. But I've never seen AJ, in retrospect, fight this defensively irresponsible. It was wild. And obviously, when AJ is coming in here and throwing these again, hands really, really low. And look, I think he was really wrecked at this point. But what you repeat day in, day out in the gym is what you often show in the ring. And I've got to ask them questions now, man. Look at this. It's chalk and cheese compared to when he was with Derek James. It's not even remotely close. Everything's right back where it should be. This is in the 8th round, right? AJ still, when he's getting tired, still responsible here. Still things are higher up, coming straight back to that. And the hands back up immediately. I'm not blaming it all on Ben Davison in the corner and all of that, because I don't know. Have they not been working on this? But it just doesn't look good at all. And then you hear the corner advice. It's shocking. And as I've said, I gave him a lot of praise in the last 2 fights because I thought the game planning was really good and the psychological side of AJ was at its best. But equally, if you can praise people when it's good, you've got to criticize them when it's bad, man. And this is terrible. So there needs to be a serious debrief within the AJ training camp of why this took place. Because when his chin is so far out, out, it's out. It's so out, it's gone to Ibiza. Because if he ever takes that rematch with Dubois, this needs fixed big time. And actually, this is the mad thing about it. Looking back at it now, compared to his previous performances, that version of AJ was so cowboy, was so, I mean, people have called it novice, white collar, whatever you want to call it. It was crazy. So defensively irresponsible. You actually think, if you actually kept your fucking hands up, you might have won. I'm not saying he would have won, just to be clear, because Daniel Dubois was unbelievable that night. But AJ made it as easy as possible with his chin up like that and his hands low. At the very least, whoever AJ fights next, this is asking for trouble, and they need to put a stop to it, big time. So let me know in the comments below what you make of this. I mean, the more we unpack it, the worse it looks. Do you think AJ should take another fight? If so, who? And would you keep the same corner moving forward? Because as much as we praised him in the past, this is shocking stuff. Let us know. Don't forget to hit the like button. Stay subscribed to the Pain Game YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.